Hey everybody, so we are doing another live video. Hopefully I got my light adjusted so it doesn't fall down on me, and I got my big twist out. So yeah, this is what happens when I take out all those twists. So yeah, I was trying to look really cute today, so I think mission accomplished. It turned out really well. So I just want to take some time. I want to do a quick live video because something's been coming up with a lot of my friends and creative clients that I have, feeling this transformative energy and a lot of frustration around that. So on the one hand, this is the time of year where we look at where we were and what we're going to do, and we set our goals and our intentions, and we're so excited. And there is a huge transformative shift right now going on from where we were in the past, I think starting in like 2015 to last year, to now everyone's feeling like, yes, I could do anything. What people don't warn you for is what that's going to do in terms of your mindset and in terms of just your ability to work through it. Because the thing is, people just assume, oh my gosh, everything's going to be great. I'm going to get everything that I want, and I'm going to transform, and all my magical dreams are come true. And boo, I agree with you, and I celebrate this, and we're going to see it happen. What you don't know is that along the way, when you transformation is uncomfortable. It's not a comfortable thing. Even if it's transforming for good, even if it's transformation that you wanted to happen, that you're desperate to happen, that you thought about every day, but it's still hard. If you've ever seen a caterpillar coming out of the chrysalis to become a butterfly, it's not like poof, like there's no glitter popping out. It's work. That little thing's gotta like really stretch to get out of the cocoon. Little chicks, the same thing. They're hacking away at that shell. Just giving birth to a new you takes a lot out of you. It's not an easy process. And not to mention, if you're a creative entrepreneur, so you have decided that this is what you want to do for your finances, even not your full finances, whether it's part-time, full-time, even if it's something that you don't necessarily want to get paid for, but you want to invest a lot of your time on. If you are a creative entrepreneur, you are putting a lot on the line, and you're doing something not everyone is brave enough to do, using a part of you that you feel very, very personal about, no matter what your chosen art form is. You feel connection to this creation of this art, and you're putting it on the line, and you're backing it behind your finances, your family, your well-being, your health. You're backing it against a bunch of stuff. So that takes courage and bravery. My little dogs are going crazy. Oh my gosh, I have so many dogs. I should do a post on how I bribe my little dogs. I think that'll help other people that have loud pets and they do podcasts or voiceovers. So what you are doing is difficult. And I can't emphasize that enough. Even if you are meant to, I mean, you know you're meant to do it. You've already established that you're meant to do it. So I'm validating you that you're not crazy. This is hard, okay? Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It doesn't mean it's not possible. There are people that make a living out of this. You've probably met them. They probably inspired you to do what you do. So you know it is possible. Yeah, it is possible because people do it. It's difficult, yes. So that's why it's important to get your mindset right. And this is why I encourage people to work with a mindset coach. Give me a call, set up some time with me for one of my hour shifts. It's exactly what I look to do to supplement other artists' work. To take the time to talk with someone to figure out where are your blockages. Not to mention, because you can have all the ambition in the world and all the good thoughts and just really focus, I'm going to make this done. But if there's a part of you that truly doesn't believe that you deserve it, there's a part of you that truly doesn't believe that you're capable, there are blockages that you hold on to from your past, from your childhood, from things that have happened to you, that you haven't cleared out or dealt with, then all the forward motion in the world doesn't matter. Because you are going to keep hitting that wall and that blockages until you move it. So that's when you get a friend, get someone who knows how to do such thing. People have asked me, and so some of the things I have encouraged people to do, and maybe this will give you some ideas to get started, and how I personally move my mindset work when I am about to go through big change. One, I acknowledge I'm going through big change. I know it sounds really simple and commonsensical, but that's the first is just acknowledging that you are changing, that you are going through a transformation. If you refuse to acknowledge it, or you just say, you know what, I don't want to change, done. And it cuts everything off and you go right back to where you were. If you refuse to transform, then you don't have to. You're not forced to transform. But if you have asked if you've asked your life to change, if you've put it out there that you want your life to change, and those changes start happening, then know that they're going to happen. So if changes start happening that you requested, that you've prayed for, thought about, worked towards, asked for all, change your minds, everything. If you've asked for these changes and they start happening, and then you start swinging back like, just kidding, I don't want any changes. That doesn't make any sense. So first acknowledge that you are changing, that this is happening right now. If you're super, super nice, you can be grateful for the change. I know not all change is comfortable. Most of it isn't. Okay, none of it is. In one way, shape, or form. But be grateful for it. Because if you're going through big, uncomfortable changes, that means your life is getting ready to be completely different than what you imagined it to be. And that can be a really glorious thing. So one, acknowledge a change. Second thing I do, get quiet. I know, me of all people, getting quiet. I mean, not only do I get paid to talk, but I am a girl from New Jersey, so my people like to talk. But yeah, get quiet. I do a lot of meditative work. If I meditate, people ask me how often I meditate. I meditate multiple times a day, at least 2 times a day. And I just quiet yourself. It could come in any form. So how you meditate is up to you, but the goal is find a place to quiet your mind. To stop all the chatter, to stop all the negative self-talk, the inner critic, to just take a few minutes to just be. Just be and acknowledge that you are here and that you are in this world right now. So just give yourself time to be. If you just start with that, even if you've never meditated before, just taking maybe a minute, 2 minutes, just a very short amount of time to just quiet your mind, just start there, and you will be amazed about the changes in your life. There are apps available on your phones if you really want an app to use. We will get into other live messages about like different ways to meditate, but I do meditate a lot. So take some time to quiet your mind. Another thing I like to do, I write things down. I write my requests down. I journal. There is a huge amount of power in writing. If you don't write things down, you are missing out on magical things happening in your life. Write them down. Write down your goals. Write down your intentions. Write down your feelings day to day. Journal. Write down. In the morning, do morning pages. If you've never heard of that, it's from The Artist's Way, which is an amazing book. One of my books that changed my life. And you get up every morning and you just write before you even get out of bed. You just write, stream of consciousness, write. You will be amazed at the insights you will start to see and some of the patterns you start to see in your life. Which is another thing I see with people. If you feel like you're going through the same pattern, you're like, gosh, I've been through this before. I feel like I've been through this before. You probably have. The same relationships, abuse or frustrated relationships or things not coming to fruition. If you feel like, oh, this always happens, if it always happens, that means you're stuck in a pattern. So at some point, if you want it to stop happening, you have to kind of say, what's going on? How did this happen? When has this happened before? How did I feel about it? And really start to dissect it, or else it's going to keep happening. Isn't that so gracious of God to give us the same lessons over and over until we get them? It's better than school. It's like school over and over again. But yeah, you'll get the same lessons over and over until you get the lesson. So if you're saying like this always happens, it's like, okay, well, analyze it. Let's break it down. So start journaling, start writing things down. Write down your prayers and what you want, right? Get clear. If you can't even write it down, then you're not really being clear. So get to writing. Even if you're not a writer, even if that's not your chosen discipline, it doesn't matter, because this isn't for publishing. This is to make your thoughts and intentions into a concrete form. You're making what you're thinking into a physical form by putting it into words on paper. So write it down. No, typing doesn't count, because I already see that people are going to start texting me like, can I just type it? No, you cannot type it. It's got to be with a writing implement and paper. There has been some research behind it. It really comes down to you're moving your body, and it takes longer to write the words. So you're really creating and seeing your intention come to life in your handwriting right in front of you. So write it down. Write down your thoughts, write down your journal entries, write down your intentions, write stuff down. Talk to a friend. Talk to someone. Talk to someone. Do not put yourself in isolation mode. This is a hard one, especially if you are starting to get depressed over your life situation, especially if you don't feel like you can present your fullest self. You gotta find a group. It could be a mindset group. It can be an accountability partner. It could be Skype sessions. You have to find other people. Text a friend. Find someone else who is supportive. I probably should have said that first. The person that you find must, this is crucial, this is a non-debatable, they must be 100% supportive of your goals. They have to be. Because a lot of times we'll contact other people that we love, and this is another form of blockage that we put up for ourselves. We'll call our friends, and we'll call our grandma, or we'll call our aunt. We'll call the most judgmental aunt that we have. We'll call that cousin that always talks about us. We'll call that Debbie Downer friend that you know she has something to say on everything. So why of all the people you can call, why are you calling that friend so then she can automatically shut down your idea? Because it's another form of blockaging. You know she's going to shut down your idea. So make sure the person that you pull in is someone that is supportive of you. Someone that is like, go you, your big cheerleader. If you don't have one in your current circle, go out and find them. Find a mindset group. Like I said, find an accountability partner. Get on this page. Start talking to people. Talk to people. Set up some time with me. I'll be your cheerleader. That's what I do. That is my favorite thing, is to be a positive cheerleader for people. So find someone that is on your side and your dreams and wants to see you successful and wants nothing more than to see you joyful. So find that tribe, find those people, and then talk to them. Do not isolate yourself. You cannot do this just sitting in a bubble by yourself. So get out there and find some people. Speaking of which, I am starting a success team and an idea party end of January. I'm coming up with dates, so that is a perfect time to come up with a group of people that will totally support your ideas. We do an 8-week success team, and it's amazing. I've seen people's lives change at the end of it, so there we go. There is a team for you. Also, next thing I do is I focus a lot of time on removing any and all blocks that I have. My favorite go-to method for removing blockages is I use the Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT. That is my go-to favorite. I think I'm going to do another video on EFT for artists later, but you can look up EFT and see how it's done, and also it's known as tapping. I have great success with that, and my clients walking them through it as well. So that is my personal go-to method whenever I am just in a cycle and I'm freaking out, or I discover a blockage in me that I hadn't known before. I had to do one today because I got all self-conscious on my little date. So I'm like, gosh, what was that? Like, what was that? So let me unpack that. Obviously, I didn't do it while I was on a date, because I'd be really uncomfortable. All of a sudden I'm tapping myself all over the place. But when you come up with a blockage, you come up with something, a negative messaging that you're telling yourself and you didn't even realize you were doing it, but when you catch it, use that time to tap or do your blockage techniques to get it out of there. And there are other forms. Some people do, another one that I liked to do, I don't do as often as much, is I use non-dominant hand conversations with myself, because it's really hard to lie to yourself when you're using your non-dominant hand. So I'll have like inner child conversations with myself, and then I kind of break down those criticisms that I'm telling myself and I counteract them, and I really say, logically speaking, this doesn't make sense. So those are some of my go-to methods when I am getting ready to do big change, big change. And also it comes down to grit. And grit is that part of you that just hangs tough and perseveres and does not quit. It's that little piece. You think it's only for like athletes, and you think it's only for like soldiers and Marines, and yes, that is, or cowboys. Yeah, that's a big part of that, but it's for anyone who wants to be successful. Because if it was easy, there wouldn't be as much value in it. If it was something that anyone can do these things, but will they do it? That's the question. So if you want all the amazing wonderfulness of your life, that juicy, beautiful life that you see for yourself, and I know you see it like almost every single day. If you want it, how bad do you want it? You have to want it so bad, because you're gonna come up to tough times where it's going to feel like, I should just hang it up and never do this again. I have tried it. I have been there personally. Me personally. I have been there and tried it and said, I will hang this up and I will never going to perform. I'm never going to write. I'm never going to do any creative stuff. I'm just going to focus, sit in my cubicle, and make a go at it. I had a good run I fooled myself for a little bit. I'm not saying I was bad at my job, for the record. I was good at it, but I was miserable. I was never authentic, and no matter how much you try to hide, if if that's what you want to do, and you can feel comfortable hanging it up, then you'll do that. But if you are truly dedicated to this craft, if you are truly looking and saying, there's nothing else in the world I want to do, then you have to do it. You have to just buckle down, and you have to do it at all costs. Do it. Do it. Do it in a way that feels right. Do it in a way that feels authentic. Do it in a way that opens yourself up to greater things beyond what you could have comprehended. Because when you do that, you benefit yourself, you benefit your family, you benefit the world. Because I just believe the more we create, the more we take the time to actually create things. We've drifted away from that in our world right now. We've become so focused on other things that we've drifted away from the idea of creation and valuing people that do that. The more we can value our artists, the better off all of us are. The more ideas, the more connection, the more growth, the more we can understand each other, the more we can cross divides, the more we can connect and share our humanity. So if that is what you were called to do, my God, do it. You have to do it. Suck it, hunker down, buckle in, let's go. And you can make this happen. So that's grit. If this is what you're meant to do, then just bare your teeth and do it. Make it happen. So I hope that helps. Those are some ways that I try to clear when I'm getting ready to have big change and make something real big happen. So yes, I have been feeling that too. So I hope everyone's doing okay. If you need to talk, if you need some sessions with me, shoot me an email. The PayPal link's in there. Send me a PayPal and I will send you a link to my schedule. We'll get some time and we'll talk and we'll figure out what's going on with you, where your blockages are, and come up with a plan to get you through. Even if you just need someone to just remind you that you're amazing, because you are. And I can't even believe that you doubt this. You weren't given this gift of creation to fail. that wasn't an option when it was given to you. So come on, we already know you're awesome. You just have to catch up with the rest of us. So I hope that helped. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any ideas for live streams that you want to see me do, pop them down in the comments. Share this amongst your friends, because I'd love to hear from you. I love to hear from my artists and clients. Why is there all this noise by my house? It's so crazy. All right, I am about to get on the mic. I got a call for some auditions. My favorite. Okay, my second favorite. My favorite is actually getting the gig. That is my favorite. So thank you for people have emailed me the well wishes on my fun event today. And for the record, it was delightful. I had a wonderful time on my little date. So that is another big transformation that I am thankful for. So hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope you are warm in your part of the world, wherever you are. And get over to my blog, get over to my page. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, hit me up. All right. Bye.